Hey guys, so I want to talk to you about what is a press handstand. Like, if someone asked you, hey, you want a press handstand, right? What does a press handstand mean to you? What are the components that make up a press handstand? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? What imagery? So for me, when I think about press handstand, I think about a four-fold. I think about compression, the upper part of the body making a sandwich with the lower part of the body. For me, as a teacher and a longtime practitioner of press handstands, I tend to think of the prerequisite, the pose that comes before that. The other thing that comes to my mind is like a really solid handstand. So think about this class kind of like prerequisite for the course. I'm going to give you really awesome drills that will help you on this journey, but I'm not a magician, I don't have a Harry Potter wand. I can't take you there, right? I'm not a magician. So the thing is, if you don't have the prerequisites, it's going to make it that much harder on yourself to get this skill set. So let this class be like aha moments if you're having some, and then just take note. What do I need to work on? How are my prerequisites? How solid is my handstand? And then don't get sad, just work on it. So each pose today will be held for about 10 breaths, and we'll see how it goes. Within those 10 breaths, can you not huff and puff? Can you be present? Can the pose be steady? Can the mind be calm? Okay, so since this course primarily focuses on the tuck, the straddle, and the pike, let's start with the prerequisite of the tuck, which is a classical child's pose. So you come down and then you take the knees together and the feet together. Now, you want your head to go down on the mat, but if that's not happening, bring it up with a block or hands to elbows. Otherwise, hands back, head down. As you breathe, just take note. How's your lower back in this pose? How do the hips feel? And then just breathing. And notice the thighs and chest come together, which is everything we've talked about that makes a press handstand. The compression of the thighs and chest coming together as one. Three more breaths. Keep breathing, but place the hands down. So this, when you make it fly, will be a little tucked handstand. Watch for a second. So as you bring the hands down, go up however you can. And then I want the knees together, and I want you to do the best that you can to draw the thighs to the chest. Take the gaze to the back of the mat. Okay, go up in 3, 2, if you fall, just get back up. 1, 10 breaths. Observe yourself. Thighs and chest together, knees together. Push out of the floor. Keep drawing the thighs to the chest. Straight arms, please. 3 more breaths. And come down. So how did it go, you guys? Like, that has to be steady in order for you to think about pressing that up. Okay, so that was the tuck. Now let's take a look at the seated version of the straddle press. So sit, take the legs as wide as your body lets you to, and then begin to fold forward, make a pillow for the head. 10 breaths here. Notice where you may be struggling. Can you relax the feet? Start to walk the hands back. Out of any pose or all the poses in yoga, this is the one I stress my students to do the most. You guys, it will help you with your press handstand, but really it will help you with your whole practice, so don't overlook it. Now, can you keep the mind steady and the awareness on the breath as we take this upside down? So just wide straddle handstand. You're gonna go up and try to keep the gaze to the back of the mat. And 3, 2, meet you in a handstand and middle splits. And 1. Okay, push out of the floor, breathe. Now engage the feet. Engage everything. Push out of the floor. Two more breaths. And come on down. So you guys, as you're holding it, I talk about this so much. When I get fatigued, I feel it here. Okay, so remember, no loosey-goosey. When you engage the arm, this engages and this engages. So very important, even those 10 breaths, when you're starting to get fatigued, where do you feel it? If it's in the wrist, you're collapsing, you're doing this, and I need you to push out and do that. Okay, the last shape we've arrived at is the ultimate press, right? The straight up pike press. So I want to look at 2 different poses for this because it's the ultimate press. Start by sitting, which is the seated version of the pose. Now, if you're struggling or tighter, like I am in this one, go hip distance. If you feel good together, maybe take the blocks past the feet and move deeper, okay? So begin to fold. Otherwise, you can cross hands to elbows and bring the forehead down on your arms. 10 breaths here. You can always start hip distance, and as you get more open, go together. Together with the feet, that is. And start to walk the hands back. So, you guys, when you're seated like this, you can use the power of the legs like you're about to in a standing fold. So, just take note, how is your lower back when you're doing a fold seated? Now, stand up, either go hip distance or big toes touch, heels an inch apart. Can you walk the hands back in line with the feet? Push the fingers forward, fold deeper. And I'm going to keep my knees bent because I need to open up a bit. Up to you. If the legs are straight, lift kneecaps to quads. If you have hamstring injuries, you need to strengthen the hamstrings. Keep the knees bent because you'll get more in the belly of the hamstring rather than the attachment. Okay, make a choice that works, but do look at the feet. Make sure they are parallel. Release the head. Breathe. For those that need a shoulder stretch, you're welcome to interlace the hands up. And release the hands. So eventually you're going to press with the hands in line with the feet, you guys. So for me, when we talk about what is a press handstand, this is it. Now, for today, go up to your handstand however you want to. Meet you at the top in three, two, one. Remember, I don't want you to look forward. Either look between the thumbs, or better yet, look at the back of the mat, or look up at your toes. Let's breathe. Push out of the floor, straight line. And come on down. Okay, so you guys, I could do a whole course of what is a press handstand and never touch the press handstand, just looking at your prerequisites. Outside of this, you also need spinal extension, shoulder mobility. You need a lot of things, but since we're working with these three shapes within the course, this is a good place for you to start. Just how are the seated version of these three poses before you think about pressing? If you notice you struggle with one of the shape, whether it was straddle, legs together, poshimo, or the classical child's pose, how we started, add some yin into your life. So you would hold those poses for a minimum of 1 minute, but like all the way up to, 10, 15, 20 minutes. So be patient, you guys, and be honest about where you are in the process. Good work today. Be at peace. Namaste.